Namaste, Vanakkam, Om Sairam, everyone. You all look so beautiful today. I think there's many weddings going to happen after this function. So welcome to Vishanka's Arangetram. On behalf of your hosts, the family, we'd like to thank you all so much for joining us on this very special day as we honor the beautiful art form of Bharatanatyam and congratulate Vishanka on her tremendous achievement. My name's Yogi. I'm a family friend nursing a sore throat, so please excuse me, and I'll be your MC for today. We're going to begin with prayer. If I can please ask Mrs. Chinsami and Guru Vishen to please join us on stage.
All can please put our hands together. We all can recite Om 3 times with me, please. Om. 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 Srim Ganeshaya Namah. முன்னவனேம் யானை முகத்தவனேம் முத்திநலம் சொன்னவனேம் தூய்மை சுகத்தவனே மன்னவனே சிற்பரணே ஐங்கரணே செஞ்சடையும் சேகரணே தட்பரணே நிந்தாள் சரணம் திருவாக்கும் செய்கரமும் கைகூடும் செஞ்சோல் வாக்கும் பீடம் பெருக்கும் ஆதலார் வன்னோரும் ஆணி முகத்தானே காதலார் கூப்புவர்த்தம் கை வாக்குண்டாம் நல்ல மனமுண்டாம் மாமலரானுடங்காத பூக்குண்டு தூப்பார் திருமேனி தும்பிக்கையான் பாதம் தப்பாமல் சார்வாதமக்கு உலகிலாம் உணர்ந்து போதற்கு அறியவன் நில உலாவிய நீர்மணிவேந்தியன் அழகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்திலாடுவான் மலசிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம். ஓம் திருச்சித்ரம்பலம் வந்தே சம்போ முமாவதிம் சுருகுரும் வந்தே ஜகக்காரணம் வந்தே வண்ணகபூஷணம் ரிஹதரம் வந்தே பசுனாம்பதிம் வந்தே சூரியசசாங்கவன்னிநயனம் வந்தே முகந்தப்ரியம் வந்தே பக்தசவர்தம் வந்தே சிவம் சங்கரம். ஓம் ஹரஹர நம பார்வதீபதயே ஹரஹர மகாதேவ. ஓம் தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எண்ணாதவர்க்கும் இறைவாய் போற்றி போற்றி போற்றி. சர்வமங்கள மாங்கல்யே சிவே சர்வாத சாதிகே சரண்யே த்ரயம்பகே தேவி நாராயணி நமோஸ்துதே. ஓம் சஹனா பவது சஹனோ புனக்து சஹ வீர்யம் கரவாவகை தேஜஸ்வினாடிதமஸ்து மா வித்விஷாவகை. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி.
Ladies and gentlemen, our welcome speech for today is going to be done by Daya Chetty, Vishanka's uncle. He is the chairperson of the Pretoria Legacy Foundation, the former Deputy Chief Educational Specialist at the Department of Education, a former principal, the former president of the South African Principals Association, an education consultant, and he's lectured law in education at the University of Pretoria and Tshwane University of Technology, and he's also a Comrades Marathon Green Number. Please put your hands together for Daya Chetty.
Vanakkam, namaste, namaskaram. Very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an immense pleasure and pride and honor to have been asked to say a few words this afternoon in introduction of Vishanka in terms of this afternoon's Arangetram and her graduation. Vishanka Krishnasamy was born on the 31st of May, 2003. She's turning 21 this year, by the way. You see a hearty applause, eh? Quite a milestone. She's studying Economic and Management Sciences at the University of Pretoria. And Vishanka started singing at the Sai Bhajans at the age of 6 and graduated from the Satya Sai Education Institute in the year 2021. Vishanka started her music classes at the Ninad School of Music at the age of 12. She went on and performed on numerous platforms. She took first prize in the Tamil Ice Statefords, came out first in the Rising Sun Star competition, and second in the Indian Idols South African competition. Vishanka started her Bharatanatyam journey at the age of 8. And of course, she started with the Bharatanatyam journey through the Nitya Rupam Academy of Dance, that's currently where she is at, and under the very talented Guru Seema, and also performed dance on numerous platforms. She's passionate about Indian arts and culture from a very young age and wishes to continue on this path. So on behalf of the family, I speak here as uncle, and on behalf of all the families here present, all of you, I wish her well for today and wish her everything the best, and congratulations to her parents, Chair and Vasanti, well done, and we're proud of you and proud of her and her achievements thus far. So enjoy this afternoon, and thank you very much for the opportunity. All the best. Thank you. Vanakkam.
Thank you very much, Daya Chetty. We're now going to play a recording, a speech from Vishanka's music gurus based in India. Her two gurus are Guru Saradindu Adhikari and Guru Ma Monisha Shaw. If you can play the recording, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you all from the core of my heart for arriving and blessing Vishanka on the special day of her life.
Arangetram is a significant occasion for the students studying Bharatanatyam. It is the result of great dedication, perseverance, and sacrifice of teachers, parents, and students. I like to congratulate Vishanka for a significant accomplishment.
To tap into the divinity through spiritual art like Indian classical music and dance, one needs to exercise lots of human qualities like a great amount of humility, respect, trust, and total surrender to Guru. I like to congratulate Vishanka's parents and Guru for raising her up with all the extraordinary human qualities to attract lots of blessings in her life ahead.
A couple of years back, a small child came to learn Indian classical singing to us. Soon after, we realized that she is a multi-talented child born with lots of potential for art. In the last 6-7 years, she has grown up as a very beautiful singer, and we developed a very close lifelong relationship in the process with both her and her parents. She will always be a talented child of ours. So, congratulations and best wishes to Vishanka.
May Swami bless her abundantly to have the happiest life ahead.
Namaskar.
Thank you very much to the gurus. What a remarkable child Vishanka is, hey? I don't know about the rest of you. I only knew about Vishanka's singing. To hear that she had excelled in Bharatanatyam as well while she was doing that, and school and campus. Really a remarkable child. So now I have the following messages from Guru Seema's gurus. This is the teacher that has been teaching Vishanka Bharatanatyam for all of these years. A message from her gurus. The first one goes, Om Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm extremely happy to see my senior disciple, Srimati Seema Lala's Nritya Rupam Academy of Dance continuing the legacy of Bharatanatyam through her meticulous teachings to her disciples. My blessings to her and her disciples performing their Arangetrams. My best wishes to them and my congratulations to their parents for encouraging their daughters to learn this divine art form. From Acharya Jaya Lakshmi Ishwa, Sangeet Natak Academy Awardee, Founder, Director, Abhinaya Center for Dance, New Delhi. The next message, Namaste Vanakkam. I firstly want to congratulate Seema for her long, passionate, and enduring service to Bharatanatyam in South Africa. Thank you, Seema. For that was my prayer when I started teaching in South Africa. To the young ladies, congratulations. You have all spent many hours and years in learning this beautiful art form. I pray the journey has been satisfying and joyful. Dance will always be with you in appreciation of everything around you, your thinking and your posture. Wishing all of you the very best on the auspicious day of your Arangetrams. May the blessings of Srimati Rukmani Devi and Lord Nataraja always be showered upon you. Affectionately, Satyabhama. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing the family blessings now. If I can please... Thank you very much. You may be seated. If I can please ask all of the gurus and ladies who are going to be reciting the sloka to please join us on stage.
Namaste and Vanakam to everybody. The shloka that we're reciting has been put together by Rukmani Devi, and it calls all the blessings from the different devas.
प्रच्योदन्मदमन्तरभ्रमरिका जङ्कारगीतमुहुः हेलाब्रह्मितवादनव्यतिकरम् भावोलसत्प्रक्रियम् नृत्यनस्तु सुखाय वः करिमुखः पुण्योपहारैश्चिरात् आनन्दीनतभावितैर्हयता भावैः स सामाजिकः निरन्तरसमुज्ज्वलितगानरसदीप्त जलचेक्षणवरोधमतुलम् सुराधिपमुकान्तद्रुतवेणुरवलीलहृत मध्यगणसान्त्रनिकटम् समुल्लसितसद्भरतयोगिनिगमान्तरस साररसिकस्य हृदयम् शुभं सकलसिद्धिकरमाश्रितसुरेन्द्रमणि आश्रयतु शम्भुनतनम् यां दृष्ट्वा यमुनापिपासुरनिशं व्यूहो गवां गाहते विद्युत्वानिति नीलकण्ठनिवहो यां द्रष्टुमुत्कण्ठते उत्तंसायतमालपल्लवमिति छिन्दन्ति यां गोपिकाः कान्तिः कार्यशासनस्य वपुषः सा पावनी पातु नः या विद्येद्यविधीयते श्रुतिपते शक्ति सदा द्यापरा सर्वज्ञा भवबन्धवित्तिनिपुणा सर्वाश्रये संस्थिता दुर्ज्ञेया सुदुरात्मविच्च मुनिभिर्ध्यानार्पदं प्रापिता प्रत्यक्षा भवति सा भगवती बुद्धिप्रदा स्या सदा देवदेव महादेव सर्वलोकपितामहा मन्त्रपूतमिदं सर्वं प्रतिगृहीष्व मे बलिम् देवसेनापते स्कन्द भगवन् शङ्कर प्रिया बलिः प्रीतेन मनसा षण्मुख प्रतिगृह्यता नारायणामितगते पद्मनाभसुरोत्तमा सम्प्रगृह्य बलिं देव मन्त्रपूतो मयोद्यतः देवदेव महायोगिन् देवदेव सुरोत्तमा सम्प्रगृह्य बलिं देव रक्ष विज्ञासदोस्थितः देवदेवी महाभागे सरस्वती न हरिप्रिये प्रगृह्यतां बलिर्माता मया भक्त्या समर्पितः लक्ष्मी सिद्धिर्मतिर्मेधाः सर्वलोकनमस्कृताः मन्त्रपूतमिदं देव्यः प्रतिगृह्यन्तु मे बलिम् सर्वग्रहाणां प्रवर तेजोराशो दिवाकरा भक्त्या मयोद्यतो देव बलिः सम्प्रतिगृह्यता महागणेश्वराः सर्वे नन्दीश्वरपुरोगमाः प्रतिगृह्यन्तुं बलिर्भक्त्या मया सम्प्रति चोदितः नारदतुम्बुरुश्चैव विश्वावशु पुरोगमाः प्रतिगृह्यन्तुं मे सर्वे गन्धर्वा बलिमुद्यता मन्त्रपूतमिमं सम्यक् प्रतिगृह्यन्तु मे बलिम् अन्ये ये देवगन्धर्वा दिशो दश समास्थितः.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Guru Seema will now present the bells to Vishanka. Thank you very much. I'm now going to introduce Vishanka's Bharatanatyam teacher, Guru Seema. Srimati Seema Lala is a multifaceted dance artist, choreographer, and teacher whose illustrious career in dance and the performing arts spans more than 35 years. Classically trained in Bharatanatyam, she was exposed to dance from an early age of 9 and graduated in the genre of Bharatanatyam at the age of 16 under the tutelage of Srimati Satyabhama, direct disciple of Rukmani Arundale of Kalakshetra. She then furthered her studies in India and completed her postgraduate studies in Bharatanatyam under the expert guidance of Acharya Jaya Lakshmi Ishwa, direct disciple of Rukmani Devi Arundale, also of Kalakshetra fame. With both her gurus, she had the opportunity to travel extensively and perform in many countries, initially with the South African-based Upsaras Dance Company, and then with the Indian-based Abhinaya Dance Company. On returning to South Africa, and for more than 9 years, she worked with the famous South African dance theatre, Tribangi Dance Theatre, headed by Srimati Jayaspiri Mopan, and had the opportunity to be exposed to many different genres of dance and travel as a performing artist both locally and internationally, representing the cross-cultural diversity of the country in dance and aesthetically combining traditional Bharatanatyam with African traditional and contemporary dance. And our message from Guru Seema herself, I quote, "As a dance artist, it was always about mastering my art for myself, and this helped me reveal who I am and what I am made of. It's helped me to move through life with a different understanding, always peeling the layers of my existence and relationship with this life. My art was always my means of communication. It has over the years become my sadhana. As a teacher, it's unfailingly been about helping my dance students be more aware about themselves and the world around them, taking the time to connect with the beauty of art and life, pushing their own boundaries, and hopefully having fun through it all. Giving them the tools to question and always go a step further. I hope that those lessons they learn through their growth and perseverance can be applied in their life's journey." From Guru Seema.
Namaskaram to my elders, gurus, friends, family, and patrons. On behalf of myself, Seema Lala, and Nritya Rupam Academy of Dance, I would like to bid you a very warm welcome. Bharatanatyam is classified as one of the oldest forms of contemporary dance. It originated from the ancient manuscript called the Natya Shastra, a detailed treatise and handbook on dramatic art that deals with all aspects of classical Sanskrit theatre, including dance. The word Shastra means teaching containing rules for discipline. In India, a Shastra never meant merely an intellectual exposition of a particular system. It certainly expounded the fundamental principles of reality, but at the same time laid down on the basis of the principles certain rules, certain norms of conduct which had to be observed by those who studied the particular Shastra. This Shastra was authored in 4000 BC by sage Bharata, who was inspired by Lord Shiva, the Lord of Dance. Temple dancers use this dance form to connect the common man with the cosmos and its creator. From the sanctum sanctorium of the temple to the modern day proscenium stage, Bharatanatyam has the ability to connect one to the divine and has great storytelling abilities, a highly adaptable art form that is relevant even to this day and age. It has the ability to cross barriers of language, race, culture, and religion. To learn this art form requires many years of dedication and practice. And today, I am indeed proud of Vishanka. And Arangetram is not the end, but the beginning of a dancer's journey. Vishanka, you have the tools and technique, and now it's up to you to make it your own, to take it to the next level. You have worked exceedingly hard over the past few months to prepare for this momentous day. I wish you much love and blessings, and hope that you, as well as all of you, the audience, enjoy the performance today. The choreography for the items presented today are by Srimati Satyabhama, Acharya Jayalakshmi Ishwar, Rukmani Devi, and Seema Lala. Artistic direction and teaching by Seema Lala. Music by O.S. Sridhar, O.S. Arun, M.S. Sukhi, and Kaniyal Hariprasad. We begin this afternoon's performance with a Pushpanjali, followed immediately by a shloka. The word Pushpanjali is made of a combination of two words, Pushpam and Anjali. In Sanskrit, Pushpam means flower and Anjali means offering with folded hands. A floral salutation done in the form of dance to God and Guru. This is in Ragam, Kedaram and Talam Adi, which is a beat cycle of 8, and is immediately followed by a shloka, Ulagalam Unanda. This shloka is from the Periya Puranam and says, the one who is difficult for the world to experience, describe, or understand, he who wanders wearing the moon and Ganga on his head, he who has immeasurable luster, he who dances in the temple hall. Let us praise his flower-like wearing anklets. And this is in Ragam Nati and Talam Adi.
உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓ கரியவன் உலகில் உணர்ந்து கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மதி வேணியல் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மதி வேணியல் அழகில் ஜோதிய அம்பலத்தாடுவா அழகில் ஜோதிய அம்பலத்தாடுவா மலச்சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவார் மலர்ச்சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவார்
The next item is Alaripu. This is a short invocatory item dedicating the body. In this dance, there is no abhinaya or mime. It begins with simple rhythmic calculations and gradually builds the tempo to reach a complex rhythmic climax. The word Alaripu literally means the blossoming of a flower. It suggests the blossoming of both dance and dancer in the presence of an audience. Alaripu is usually the first item in a Bharatanatyam recital. This is offering obeisance to the gods, the audience, where through a series of pure dance, which is called Nritta, movements of the face and other parts of the body is dedicated to God. This specific Alaripu has a song, a Tirupugal, in praise of Lord Murugan in the background. It is in Ragam Kalyani and Talam Mishra Chapu.
Tattei ya teyyum tat tattam kittataka dittai ya teyyum hit tattam kittataka dam dittam itta takkadai nadararuliyya itta takkadam dittam itta takkadai nadararuliyya itta takkadam dittam kittataka தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் விதம் தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதம் விதம் தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதம் விதம் தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டிக்கிட்டதகதம் விதம் தட்டிக்கிட்டதகதை தத்தை தட்டிக்கிட்டதகதம் விதம் தத்தக்கிட்டதகதை தத்தை தத்தை கிட்ட தக்கதம் விதம் கிட்ட தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்ட தக்கதம் விதம் கிட்டதகதை தத்தை கிட்டதகதம் விதம் கிட்டதகதை தத்தை கிட்டதகதம் வித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் வித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் விதம் தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி 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 tadikita takadam tidam tadikita takadei tadei 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 tadikita takadam tidam kitta takadei தத்தை கிட்ட தக்கதாம் ஹெத்தாம் கிட்ட தக்கதை சூழவர் தத்தை கிட்ட தக்கதாம் ஹெத்தாம் கிட்ட தக்கதை 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 தத்தை கிட்ட தக்கதாம் ஹெத்தாம் tadikita takadei tadei tadikita takadam tidam 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 tadikita takadei tadei tadikita takada tadikita jam tadikita jam takata jam tadikita thinking tum takata thinking tum takata thinking tum da drukutaka 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 dalam tum tum datte ya teyyum dattam kitattakadam
பெருமாளே பெருமாளே பெருமாளே
The next item is the Jatiswaram. This is an item of pure dance, nritta, displaying beautiful rhythmical patterns. The music is composed of swaras, which are musical notes or melodic solfa passages set to a particular melody, which is called a raga, and a time measure, which is called a tala. It is so named on account of the fact that it consists of jatis, which are sequences of steps which are put together to form a jati, and these are set to the swaras. In Jatiswaram, another element of melody is introduced. It is distinguished from other musical compositions like Gita, Shabdam or Varnam by having no lines of poetry. The Jatiswaram follows the rules of the Swarajati in musical structure and has three parts: Pallavi, Anupallavi and Charanam, which is delineated by the dancer by Mayadavas. Mayadavas are beautiful movements of the body between each section of the Jatiswaram. The dance choreography relates to the melodic line, sometimes through a note-to-note synchronization, at other times through syncopation. This item allows the dancer to display the dexterity of her technique and makes this piece a visual feast. This is in Ragam Kalyani and Talam Rupakam, which is in the beat cycle of 6. The next item is a Devi Stuti, an exaltation to the Divine Mother in her three forms, Mother Saraswati, Mother Lakshmi, and Amba as Raja Rajeshwari. These shlokas are taken from the Devi Mahatmyam, the Devi Bhagavatam, and the Markandeya Puranam. This item has both Abhinaya, expression in mind, and Nritta, pure dance. The first shloka is in praise of Mother Saraswati, wielding in her lotus hands the bell, lance, plough, conch shell, club, disc, bow, and arrows, with her face as radiant as the full moon in a cloudless sky. She who appeared from the body of Gauri, who contains the three worlds, the immensely beautiful Mahasaraswati, we focus on and praise the destroyer of the demons, Shumb, and others. The second shloka is on Goddess Lakshmi, who is the daughter of the king of the ocean of milk, whose abode is Sri Rangam with Lord Ranganatha, who is served by all the divine ladies in heaven, who is the guiding light for the world, who has obtained the everlasting glance or the grace from Brahma, Indra, and Shiva, whose abode is the three worlds. I offer my prostrations to thee, the beloved of Krishna. The last shloka says, O Shambhavi, Mother Amba, you are adorned with a crescent moon on your forehead. You are known as Parvati, Kali, Hemavati, and Shiva. You have three eyes. You are known as Katyayani, Bhairavi, and Savitri. You are forever young. You bestow auspiciousness. You bestow kingdom and wealth. You are eternal bliss. You are above all. You are the goddess, and you rule the lords as Raja Rajeshwari. This is in Ragam Ragamalika and Talam Talamalika.
मनु भजे लक्ष्मी क्षीर समुद्र राजतनया श्रीरंगदामेश्वरी दासीभूत समस्त देव वनिता लोकैक दीपाकुला लोकैक दीपाकुला लोकैक दीपाकुला श्रीमन्मन्द कटाक्षलाभ्य विभव अम्बा शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौळिरबला अपना उमा पार्वती काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी भैरवी सावित्री नवयनी
The next item is the Varnam. Varnam literally means color. There are different types of Varnams, such as a Tana Varnam or a Padavarnam. This item is a Tana Varnam in praise of the lotus-eyed Lord Krishna. This is a composition of the late Professor T.R. Subramaniam. It is in the Ragam Bihag and Talam Adi. Tana Varnams are usually done in Carnatic music concerts, but this one has been set for dance. All Varnams consist of lyrics as well as swara passages, including a Pallavi, Anupallavi, Muktai swaras, a Charanam, and Chitta swara. A Varnam is a demanding dance item, testing not only the stamina of a dancer, but the training, the skill, the imaginative faculty of a dancer to improvise and to successfully alternate between pure dance and abhinaya, expression and mime. If all these come together, this engrossing number is a visual feast. The entire Varnam is an intertwining of pure dance and abhinaya followed alternately. There is a short mridangam drum piece ending the first half. The second half of a Varnam, the swara sequences intertwine in the song and has a faster pace. The Varnam gives full scope to the dancer to improvise on the rasa. She weaves the Sanchari bhavas, which are the transitory states, to enhance the Stahi bhava, which is the dominant state in the item, to evoke the enjoyment in the audience. At this point, I will call Vishanka onto stage to elaborate on the meaning of the Varnam that she will be performing.
Namaste, Vanakkam, and greetings to all. Today, I will enlighten you with the meaning of the Varnam I'm about to perform. In the first line of the Varnam, it says, O lotus-eyed one, in you I believe. A Sanchari is then depicted showing the story of Gajendra Moksha, or the liberation of Gajendra. In this depiction, Gajendra, the elephant, proceeds to a nearby lake to refresh himself in its cool waters. Suddenly, Makara, the crocodile, attacked Gajendra and held onto his foot. It is believed that Makara has held Gajendra's foot for over 1,000 years. Gajendra trumpeted in pain and helplessness, and when he had his last drop of energy, he calls out to Lord Vishnu to save him, holding a lotus in the air as an offering. Lord Vishnu, upon hearing Gajendra's call, rushes to the scene and uses his Sudarshan chakra to separate Makara's head from his body, thus releasing Gajendra. Gajendra, in one of his previous births, was the celebrated king Indradyumna, a Vishnu devotee. But due to his disrespect to the great sage Agastya, he was cursed to undergo this life. Gajendra returned to his form as king and attained moksha when he let go of his pride and totally surrendered to Lord Vishnu. The second line of the Varnam says, with your glance, please show mercy upon me. The Sanchari elaborated here comes from the Mahabharata at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, called the despondency of Arjuna. In this depiction, Arjuna arrives at battlefield with Krishna as his charioteer and realizes that all these people he's about to fight are actually his cousins and uncles. And in despondency, he puts down his bow and arrow and asks Krishna what to do. This is when Krishna recites the Bhagavad Gita and reveals his Vishwarupam. Arjuna, upon seeing this, realizes his duty, picks up his bow and arrow, and is ready for battle. In the Anupallavi, it says, even the great sage Sanaka, alongside the other sages and munis, worship at his feet. Sri Venugopala Krishna, the one who plays the flute so beautifully and protects his cows. The Sanchari elaborated here is in which the gopis forget their duties and the animals like the deers forget to eat, engrossed in the beautiful sound of Krishna's flute. In the second half of the Varnam, it says, O matchless one who is even more handsome than crows of Manmata's beauty, that Lord with the peacock feather in his hair, the one whose eyebrows is that shape of a bow, the one who wears a colorful dhoti, that handsome Lord who stands proud. Towards the end of the Varnam, in the last Swaram, Jai Lakshmi Ma seamlessly integrated the Korve, which is traditionally characterized by pure nritta, by adding captivating elements inspired by Krishna's divine essence. This included the Lord lifting up the Govardhan mountain, tending to his cows, and dancing upon the hood of the serpent Kalinga, all woven together with intricate artistry of nritta. Thank you.
ah
Saga, Rima, Ga. ಪ ಪ ನೀ ದ ಸಾ ನೀ ದ ಪ ನಿ ಸಾ ಸಾ ನಿ ಗರಿ ಮ ಗ ಸಾ ನಿ ಪ ಮ ಗ ಮ ಗಾರಿ ಪ ಮ ಸಾ ನಿ ದ ನಿ ದ ಪ ಸಾ ನಿ ಪ ಮ ಗ ಮ ಗ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ದ ಸಾ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ದ ಪ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಗ ಪ ನ ಗ ಆ ಗ ನೆ ನೋ ಮಿ te ವನ ಆ ಸಾಟಿದೆ ನೀ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಸಾಟಿದೆ ನೇ 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 ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಗ ಮಗ 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 ಪಾಮ ನೀ ದ ಮಾದ ಮಗ 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 ಪಾಮ ನೀ ದ ಸಾ ಇದೆ ನೇ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಪರಿ ಮಗರಿ ನಿರಪ ಸಾನಿ ಗರಿ ಮಗ ಸ ಮಗ ಪ ಮ ನಿರಪ ಸಾನಿ ಗರಿ ಮಗ ಸ ಇದೆ ನೇ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಸನಿ ದ ಪ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ದ ಪ ಮ ಪ ದ ಪ ಮ ಪ ಪ ಮ ಪ ಮ ಗ ಮ ಪ ಸಾ ನಿ ದ ಗ ಮ ಪ ಪ ನಿ ದ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಗ ಪ ಮ ಪ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ದ ಪ ದ ನಿ ರಿ ನಿ ದ ಪ ಗ ಮ ಪ ದ ಗ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಗ ಮ ಪ ಸ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ ಸಾಟಿದೆ ನೇ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ರೂಪ sani samaga pama nida sani da nida nida pama maga pa sani samaga pama nida sani ma padma keri maga gani risa ma ma padma keri pamaga nida nida pa magari gasa sani da nida pa pamaga magari sa magasa 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 nida ma sani pa satile satile सुंदर रूप साटिले मार कोटि सुंदर रूप साटिले मार कोटि सुंदर
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we continue the program. Allow me to introduce Dr. Rajgopal Kollapan. Dr. Kollapan completed his Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery studies at the University of Cape Town in 1980. He then furthered his studies in tropical medicine and public health at Wits University in Johannesburg. Beyond his medical pursuits, Dr. Kollapan's roots delve deep into the promotion of traditional Indian music, dance, and spiritual education, a legacy passed down within his family. His dedication to these principles have had him featured in numerous national television and radio programs over several years, championing the essence of Sanatana Dharma. In 1995, Dr. Kollapan founded the Pretoria Bhajane Mandiram, assuming the role of chairman. Under his leadership, the organization erected the very first Swami Ayyappan temple in the southern hemisphere, named Sri Ayyappa Kshetram in Pretoria. An accomplished author, Dr. Kollapan has penned 4 books, including Stala Puranam, Bhajan Malay, Ayyappa Utsav Sarana Gosha Malay, and Converting Hindus to Hinduism. These works delve into various aspects of Hinduism, from the devotional songs to temple architecture and the deeper symbolism behind Hindu rituals. Currently serving as the treasurer of the Pretoria Medical Discussion Group, Dr. Kollapan remains at the forefront of medical education, ensuring practitioners stay abreast of the latest announcements in medical sciences and treatments. Additionally, he holds the esteemed position of trustee within the Pretoria Bhajane Mandiram, continuing his commitment to community service work and spiritual enrichment. Incredibly, Dr. Kollapan is also the gynae who delivered Vishanka 21 years ago. Please put your hands together as we welcome Dr. Rajgopal Kollapan.
Thank you very much for a very, very kind introduction. And just a bit of correction. No, I didn't deliver Vishanka. I saw her mummy in a second pregnancy. I delivered Railton. I saw her before she moved away from Laudium. I saw for her antenatal, but I hadn't delivered a baby. But I certainly looked after the two for some time, and really very, very grateful, in a very wonderful position to be in. Today I stand here very, very proud. Proud, not with the type of pride that elevates one's ego, but with the type of virtuous pride that makes one look back at one's life and says, you're very, very fortunate. You're very, very fortunate to be born in a family. And according to our Hindu Shastra, it says not a single thing do you achieve in your life without earning it. So every one of us, every one of you sitting here, whatever you have, good or bad, you've earned it. So when we look at Vishanka's Arangetram today, and we look at the beautiful, exquisite performance of all the wonderful things that are related to dance, nothing is for nothing. She worked hard to get it not only in this life. In a previous life of hers, she must have sown the seeds. We call it vasanas or samskarams, that she's already sown to make it possible for this to happen in this life. So really, I feel very, very proud that being associated with the Krishnasamy family for a fairly long time. But more important, I feel very, very proud to see Simalala with so many students. I've been to so many of her Arangetrams. So many students have graduated from this wonderful start that she made. A start that was made in the lounge of our humble home. A start that was made in a dance school called Sangeeta Natak Academy that was started by Satyabhama Kalapan. Again, sort of I can remember all the artists, all the students that actually went through the Arangetram. I was a young qualified medical practitioner at that time and was very, very proud to be associated with, at that time, a very, very successful academy. Now, in our lives, whatever we learn, we should be able to put it into practice. No matter what we do, it should always leave this world in a better place than we found it. So this concept of classical dance was given to us by no other individual or entity, essence, than Lord Shiva himself. This dance form that you see today, unlike many other dances that give rise to pleasurable sensations, and it is only about the joy and the happiness of the moment that it can bring, this particular art form was handed down by Lord Shiva to a great Muni called Tandava Muni, who then looked at all these beautiful postures, codified them, gave it to Lord Brahmadev. Lord Brahmadev then gave this to Bharata Muni. And Bharata Muni wrote down this 108 karanas, seen beautifully displayed in the temple doors and architecture of the Chidambaram temple in India. And this gives us a beautiful understanding that everything that we do should be meaningful. That every gesture, every mudra that this dancer performs, the abhinaya, the facial expressions, the karanas, the adavas that the dancer performs, these various sequences should convey beautiful meaning to us. But like language, when we do not understand a language, when somebody speaks to us, we understand very little from it. The dance form, very similar to that. It's a language of communication that has been handed down to us. Now, Bharata, the name Bharata itself is very, very important. You know, now there's a great sort of like movement in India to change the name India to Bharat, because India is truly meaningless, given to us by the Persians. They named this country, or that people who lived on the southern side of the Indus Valley, named them Indus, and that became India. But our true name is Bharat, and it has a wonderful meaning. Bharat comes from 3 syllables, Ba, Ra, and Ta. Ba represents Bhavam, which is the wonderful sort of attitude that we should have. It also comes from the word Banu, which represents the sun, which is the symbol of the greatest source of all knowledge. Ra represents Ragam, the melody with which the dancer uses. It also represents Rasam, and Rasam means an emotion. We have Navarasa in our Hindu Shastra. The 9 categories of emotions that one can display. We have Karunya Bhav, that of compassion. We have Bhaya Bhav, that of anger. And so on. We have Sringara Bhavam, that of love. So the dancer, utilizing this beautiful 9 forms of rasa, is able to communicate with you, or thus, the beautiful meanings of the lyrics on one hand and the emotion that lyrics bring out. Lastly, Ta represents Talam, which is the rhythmic sort of order that this dance brings. So, Bharata, which is the name of the sage Muni, was beautifully chosen in order to convey this wonderful art form that is dependent on the bhavam, the ragam, and the talam of this. So, Shastra, Natya Shastra that was given down to us, is often called the fifth Veda, because we have 4 Vedas. We have the Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharvana Veda. It took from Rig Veda Sahityam. It took beautiful literature from the Rig Veda. It took music from Sama Veda, Sangeetam. It took beautiful facial expressions from the Yajur Veda called Abhinayam. And lastly, from Atharvana Veda, it took this beautiful rasam. So this Veda, produced by Bharata, gave us this beautiful Natya Shastra. Now, Shastra in any language represents scripture, and it is that scripture that instructs, inspires, and elevates one from one's lower nature to achieve the highest that one can. Any Shastra is there which should inspire and it should elevate us. It is that Shastra that creates the harmony, the joy and happiness that we are looking for in the universe. The difference between joy and happiness, joy is temporary. Happiness or anandam, it is a lasting form that we looking for. So this Natya Shastra, brought down to us by Bharata, gave us this. So one of the teachings in this Shastra is that, do you want to perform action in the world that makes you survive? Or do you want to perform action that makes you evolve? Survival is done by animals. All animals just eat. They ensure that they stay away from predators for some time. And if they do that for a day, they've survived. However, Hindus have gone, or man has gone beyond that. And the entire nature of Shastra is to teach us how to evolve. How do we become the best versions that we possibly can become? So it says in this Shastra that the dancer is the jiva. It is the individual soul. And the dance itself, natyam, is the Paramatma, the supreme soul. The dancer at all times is struggling, is really trying, achieving to become one with Paramatma. So when the dancer dances, the dancer attempts that Jivatma to become part of the whole. So in this quest for evolvement, Shiva said, I will give you a murti. I would give you a form that will truly express that which I am speaking about. So the entire understanding of the Shastra that Shiva has given us is represented beautifully in this murti of Nataraja. You would not go to a single Arangetram that sort of does not have this murti of Nataraja. And what Nataraja says, like we all, when we pray, we do some Kodiyatram, we raise the flag, isn't it? 10 days prior to any beautiful festival. Here we perform not a Kodiyatram, but an Arangetram. Aranga represents the stage that life has set for us. Atram means to lift and to hoist. So where do we lift and hoist some individuals from? We try to hoist them from their lowest tendencies, their tendencies of kama, krodha, lobham, mada, moha, matsarya, asuya, and damba, from anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, the inability to see the good that others do. We try to elevate them to a stage where they are able to do far more than their egotistic tendencies pull them down. So this Arangetram in Tamil is called, beautiful as a Ranga Pravesham. Ranga Pravesham means, Ranga means the stage of life. Pravesham means that which we celebrate. The stage of life that we celebrate. So when this dancer is led onto the stage, given her bells, want to lead her onto the stage to provide this beautiful form of dance that combines bhavam with rasam, that the attitude together with my emotion. So in this message, Shiva has given us this beautiful murti of Nataraja Swami, and he tells us everything we need to know about the entire universe. In his face, he conveys the message that everything in life is part Shiva and part Shakti. In one of his ears, it's called Makara Kundalam. It is the male concept. On the other side, he has Tatankam, which is the female earring, which represents the concept of Ardhanar Ishwar, half Shiva and half of Shakti. That everything in this universe is made up of a female energy and a male energy. He holds this top hand in a mudra called Abhaya Mudra. Do not fear. And he takes that same hand called Gajahasta Mudra and he points it to his uplifted foot. How should we live in this life? Should we live standing firmly rooted to the ground and staying at the same level we are always? Or should we elevate ourselves at all times? Elevate ourselves in our thinking, elevate ourselves in our aspiration, elevate ourselves in our assimilation of everything that we come to find in the world. So he points to his uplifted foot. In Tamil, we used to sing one song beautiful in the temple, Ambala Tarase. And when we come to the last part, Kunjita Padam, this upraised foot of his is called Kunjita Padam. This is where you should struggle to be. This is where you ought to be. This, as a human being, you should strive to be. He then stands on a demon called Muyalagan or Apasmara Purusha. And that Apasmara Purusha represents the demon of forgetfulness. It is that demon that he stands on the back of the demon. Even in English, we say when you can break the back of something, you have won, isn't it? Shiva stands on the back of this demon, with the demon trying to elevate its head to look up towards Shiva. When we start realizing that knowledge is the only way to end all our suffering in this universe, we would start to realize the true nature of myself and elevate myself higher. He dances in this Prabha of Agni that tells you that the pairs of opposites, in this one hand here, he holds a Damaru. And the Damaru is the source of all creative energy. In the other hand, there on the left side, he holds a tongue of flame, that which dissolves everything. So in one hand, he holds creation. In the other hand, he holds destruction. And this symbolizes that what we should do is always captured by a choice. A choice either to do that or to do the other. And when we are able to choose wisely, when we understand the difference between Shriya and Priya, you might have heard there's so many girls' names, Shriya, and another girl, Priya. Not Priya, but Priya. Shriya is that type of action that is unpleasant but beneficial. Priya is that type of action that is pleasant but harmful. The wise Shiva says, always chooses the beneficial above the pleasant. When we are able to do this, then we are able to navigate through all life's trials and tribulations in one form. And this form adorns the beautiful laboratory at CERN in Switzerland, where they are attempting to find the God particle. A beautiful statue of Nataraja stands outside there because it symbolizes the cosmic dance, the dance that every one of us should do. It is the same dance that is performed in the electron within the atom. That same dance is in the cosmos. So looking at dance, there can never be a dancer without the dance. And a dance itself can never stand without a dancer. They are intricately involved. The idea is that when we understand that our higher nature, this higher spiritual being that resides in this body of ours, when we can say every single day, I am not this body, I am not my energy, I'm not that prana, I am not my mind, I am not my intellect, I am not my memory, I am not my ego, I may stand a chance of lifting myself up to this level where joy, peace, harmony comes to us. It is my ardent wish that all the dancers will eventually rise, will always rise. See, we dance when we're happy, isn't it? Anybody dances when they're sad? No one, is it? So dance is a form, an expression of that form of joy, of that form of happiness. Shiva says in this Natya Shastra that there is no discipline, there is no art, there is no craft, there is no action in this world. There's not a single thing, not in the activity of the entire universe, that cannot be adequately, appropriately expressed in this form of emotion and artistic brilliance represented by Natyam. It is my wish, and I'm sure if our dancer is listening, that I share the sentiments of all of you when we say that Arangetram is just the first stage. The first, it's like the 18 steps of Lord Ayyappa. It's like that the one. There's still 18 to climb. It's very much true. When you pass medicine, when you really just finish, really you know nothing. And most people, they don't realize that. You go to the doctor. My professor said at the time of our graduation, 50% of what we taught you at this university, you would forget by tomorrow. The other 50% which you remember will change in the next couple of years. So in a few years' time, you would know nothing. So if we do not believe that life is for learning, if we do not believe that life is for loving, if we do not believe that life is for breaking our limitations that govern us, then we will stay. I ask these children in our bhajan every Sunday, going to school, is it good or bad? Yeah? Good? Staying in standard 1 for the rest of your life, is that okay? Never. That's what we're doing. We pretend, you see? We pretend to be moving. We pretend to be evolving. We pretend to be making our lives better. You know, it is more difficult to wake up somebody who's pretending to sleep than somebody who's fast asleep. You know that? You know it. I know it. I stay with my wife. To wake up somebody who's pretending to sleep is more difficult than to wake up somebody who's fast asleep. I'd rather be fast asleep and be inspired, awoken by the very, very fire, the Agni, the Jadag Agni that is within each one of us that would make us rise every single day. It is my wish and hope that this Arangetram, living, hoping, elevating to this beautiful stage of life, will be the springboard to all greater things in her life. I'm sure I say the sentiments of all of you. Swami Sharanamayyappa.
Okay, so we're going to continue with round 2 of the program, or the second part of the program now. I'd like to hand over to Vishanka and Guru Seema.
We begin the second half of the program with a Tarangam, Govardhana Giridhara. This is a composition by Narayana Tirtha, a poet saint of yesteryear. Here, Lord Krishna is praised for lifting the Govardhan mountain on his little finger to save the people of Gokulam. The beauty of Krishna's dancing and Krishna subduing Kaliya, the 5-hooded snake, is described in great beauty. Krishna is described as being the final refuge for humanity, and he's praised for being able to remove all their sorrow and give them salvation. This is in Ragam, Darbari Kannada, Talam Adi, which is an 8-beat cycle, and the composer, Narayana Tirtha.
ಕಂಕಣ ಕಣ ಕರಭೂಷಣು ಹರ್ಯೋ 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 ವಂದೇ ಹರ್ಯೋ गोवर्धन गिरधर गोवर्धन गिरधर गिरिधर गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोकुल बालक परमानंद गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोकुल बालक परमानंद गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोकुल बालक परमानंद गोवर्धन गिरिधर श्रीवत्सांगित श्रीकौस्तुभधर श्रीवत्सांगित श्रीकौस्तुभधर श्रीवत्सांगित श्रीकौस्तुभधर पावकभयहर पाहि मुकुन्द पावकभयहर पाहि मुकुन्द गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोकुल बालक परमानंद गोवर्धन गिरिधर पाटित सुर रिपु पाकप बृंद पावन चरित परामृत कंद पाटित सुर रिपु पाकप बृंद पावन चरित परामृत कंद नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरण 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 नाट्य रसोत्कट नाट्य रसोत्कट नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरण नाट्य रसोत्कट गोविन्द गोकुल बालक परमानन्द गोवर्धन गिरिधरा गिरिधरा गिरिधरा
The next item is a poem written by Arunachala Kavi, a 17th century Tamil poet. This poem is part of Arunachala Kavi's magnum opus, a musical drama, Ramanatakam. This musical drama contains of 197 songs and 278 vrittams, which are devotional verses. From this, Vishanka will present a song where the poet describes the emotions of Ram when he first sees Sita. Yaro ive yaro. The contextual scene for this song is the city of Mithila, the capital of King Janak, the foster father of Sita. Ram and Lakshmana were taken by sage Vishwamitra to Mithila. On the way to Janaka's court is the first time Ram encounters Sita, who was standing in front of the balcony of the palace maiden's quarters. This item begins with a scene from the Kamban Ramayan wherein Sita is playing a ball game with her maidens on the balcony. And then the ball falls over the balcony. As she runs to the edge, she sees Ram and he sees her. And he thinks to himself, who can this be? What could her name be? I know not. In the dance choreography, it is depicted that Sita is asking the same questions. In the next stanza, the abundance of Mithila is described. In this beautiful city of Mithila, where clouds and symbols of wealth abound, the scene of children playing, damsels adorning themselves with flowers, and the king's procession going through the city on its way to the court. Rama says, who is this standing in front of the ladies' quarters of the palace? In the last stanza he says, she is glancing at me with her moon-like face. It appears that this is due to a past connection between us. It is because of such a primeval connection that she is appearing in front of me now. And again in the choreography, it is depicted that Sita is asking the same question. It ends with both of them watching each other intently as they pass each other. This is in Ragam Bhairavi and Talam Adi.
இவர் யாரோ என்ன பேரோ அறியேனே யாரோ காருலாவும் சீருலாவும் மிதிலையில் 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 காருலாவும் சீருலாவும் மிதிலை காருலாவும் சீருலாவும் மிதிலையில் 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 கண்டி மாடும் தனில் முன்னே நின்றவர் யாரோ இவர் யாரோ பேரோ அறியேனே யாரோ இவர் யாரோ चंद्रबिंब मुख चंद्रबिंब मुख मलराले என்னை தானே பார்க்கிறார் ஒரு காலே சந்திரபிம்ப முக மலராலே என்னை தானே பார்க்கிறார் ஒரு காலே அந்த நாளில் சொந்தம் போல புரிகிறார் இந்த நாளில் வந்து சேவை தருகிறார் அந்த நாளில் சொந்தம் போல புரிகிறார் இந்த நாளில் வந்து சேவை தருகிறார் யாரோ இவர் யாரோ என்ன பேரோ அறியேனே 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 யாரோ இவர் யாரோ
The next item is a Kirtanam, Shankara Shri Giri. This composition of Swati Tirunal is in praise of Lord Shiva. The poem says, the dance of Lord Shankara, the Lord of Sri Giri, from the holy mountain, the divine Mount Kailash, is excellent in the Chitsabha, in the hall. The dancer elaborates a story where Parvati is waiting for Lord Shiva to come out of his deep meditation. Manmata, the Lord of Love, on seeing Parvati and Shiva together, shoots his arrow of love at Shiva. Enraged, Lord Shiva opens his third eye and burns Manmata to ashes. The next stanza says, with ashes covering his body, the three-eyed Lord wears a garland of skulls around his neck and dances along with his Bhutaganas and sage Bringi. The last stanza says, as the music and rhythm reign supreme, Lord Shankara blossoms in the heart of the composer, Padmanabha, which is the mudra or the pen name of Swati Tirunal. This is in Ragam and Sanandi, Talam Adi, and to composer Swati Tirunal.
तातै कीट तक श्रुति गतिराजे पद्मनाभ वर कमल विराजे पद्मनाभ वर कमल विराजे पद्मनाभ वर कमल विराजे शंकर श्री गिरिनाथ प्रभु के नित्य विराजित चित सभा में शंकर श्री गिरिनाथ प्रभु के नित्य विराजित चित सभा में शंकर श्री गिरिनाथ प्रभु के
We come to the final item, the Tilana. It is usually the final item in a Bharatanatyam repertoire. This is a brilliant finale to the Bharatanatyam recital. It is an item of scintillating rhythm and sculpture-like poses. The Tilana is a pure dance piece which calls forth all the skill and rhythmic awareness of the dancer in executing the difficult and complex patterns of pure dance. The Tilana features jatis prominently. We find a variety in the kinds of syllables used in the jati portion. Some phonemes used resemble the sholakata used by Carnatic percussions like tad, dingu, kiratakatom, etc., while yet others seem to be Hindustani imports, udani, til, tarana, jum, etc. A few syllables also seem to have been imported from the Natuvangam tradition like takka and tadingu. We should note here that these syllables do not have any specific meaning by themselves. Tadniginatom, udani, tadari, etc. are meaningless. Regardless, they seem to carry a great deal of musical value, perhaps due to the onomatopoeia associated with these syllables. There is a certain sound associated with these syllables that makes great musical and aesthetic. If not, that musical meaning is not necessarily dependent on lyrical import. It's best characterized by the form, that is the Tilana. The lyrical line in this Tilana is in praise of the Devi Kamakshi. The ragam is in Hindulam. The talam is Khanda Ekam, which is a beat cycle of 5. The choreography is by Rukmani Devi. This item is immediately followed by the Mangalam, in which the dancer offers her thanks and appreciation to God, Guru, and the audience.
Tani dom dom tani dom tanana tadadim tanana na tani tani dom tani dom dom na tani dom dom tani dom tanana tadadim tanana na tani tani dom tani dom dom na tani dom dom tani dom tanana tadadim tanana na Tani tom tom tani tom tanana tadadi tanana na dru dru tani tani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra ani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum dim tana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim dim tadra da ni di tram kida daga dari kida tum di tram kida daga dari kida tum di tram kida daga dari kida tum dim tana na 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 dra dra ani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra dim kana na 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 dra dra dani dani tum dra dani tum tum na dra dani tum tum dra dani tum tana na tadra sa sa ma ma da ga ma da ni sa ga sa ni sa ga sa ni sa ni da ma da ma ga sa na dra dani tum dra dani tum tanam 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 dim ta ki ta ta ga dim dim ta ki ta ta ga ma ga sa ni da ma da ni sa ga ma ma da ma ga sa ma ni da ma da ni da sa ni ga sa ma ga sa ni da ni di tram kida daga dar kida tum takka di tram kida daga dar kida tum takka di ku di tram kida daga dar kida tum dim ta na 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 dra dra da ni da ni tum dra da ni tum tum na dra da ni tum tum dra da ni tum ta na na ta da dim ta na 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 dra dra da ni da ni tum dra da ni tum tum నీదు మహిమలనునే పొగడి పొగడి నిన్నే సదా భజన చేసి మై మరచితిని నీదు మహిమలనునే పొగడి పొగడి నిన్నే సదా భజన చేసి మై మరచితిని శ్రీకాంచి పురి వెలయు కామాక్షి కటాక్షించి కరుణ జూడ అమ్మ అమ్మ శ్రీకాంచి పురి వెలయు కామాక్షి కటాక్షించి కరుణ జూడ అమ్మ అమ్మ రాకు దేకు తగిట గమ తని సగద కజం తజం తణం నినిస సానిదమ మద మగజన ధృతాని తుం తుం ధృతాని తుం తనం 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 దీం తకిట తాగ దీం దీం తకిట తాగ మగజనిదమ దని సగ మామ మామద మద మగజ మామ నిద మద నిద సని గజ మగజ నిదని దీం కిడ దగ దరి ತಕ್ಕದೀತ್ರಂ ಗಿಡದಗದರಿ ಗಿಡದೊಂ ತಕ್ಕದಿಕ್ಕುದೀತ್ರಂ ಗಿಡದಗದರಿ ಗಿಡದೊಂ ದೀಂ ತಾನನ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ದಾನಿ ದೊಂದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೊಂ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೊಂ ದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂ ತನನ ತದದೀಂ ತಾನನ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ತನಿ ದೊಂದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೊಂ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂ ತನನ ತದದೀಂ ತಾನನ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ತನಿ ದೊಂದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೊಂ ನಾದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂದೃತಾನಿ ದೊಂ ತನನ ತದದೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತನನ ತದದೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತನನ ತದದೀಂ
Thank you for that, Vishanka. That was a feast for the eyes and the soul. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a speaker. Please join me in welcoming Roxanne, who holds a doctorate in educational leadership and currently serves with the Gauteng Department of Education. Roxanne is a dedicated advocate for the Tamil language and culture, and she's an accomplished dancer and has been a steadfast supporter of Vishanka's singing journey since the age of 7. To Roxanne, Vishanka is more than an artist, she's like a daughter. Let's give a warm welcome to Roxanne.
தாய்மார்களே, தந்தையார்களே, சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, நம் செல்ல பிள்ளைகளே, எல்லோருக்கும் என் உள்ளம் கனிந்த அன்பான வணக்கம். இன்று எனக்கு கொடுக்கப்பட்ட வேலை என்ன என்றால், நான் நினைத்து மிகவும் பெருமைப்படுகின்றேன். The duty that I have been tasked with today, ladies and gentlemen, is one that makes my heart burst with pride and joy. Salutations and greetings to one and all. Today, my task is to share with you the journey of Vishanka. Where do I even begin? After that stunning performance, I wonder if you even have an ear to listen to me. However, let me try. 13 years ago, a little unsure girl walked into the Kalivani Tamil Institute and said, I'd like to join. I'd like to learn Tamil. And when I looked at this little girl, I said to her, come in, my darling, and take a seat at the back. And by the end of the lesson, I asked her, how did you find the lesson today? And she said, well, Astrid, I'm a bit confused, but I'll try. And you know what? I realized two things there and then about Vishanka. One, her honesty in that she didn't understand. And two, her perseverance in that she would try. And therein began my journey with my extra daughter, Vishanka. I can tell you many, many, many stories and regale you for hours about Vishanka and Vani and Priyan and Ashmika, the four very naughty lots. I can share with you stories of myriads of trips down to Durban when they entered the Rising Stars competition, of climbing balconies and locking each other out on the porch, to spending 1 and 2 in the morning in the pool the day they were going to sing in the competition. I can even regale you with many hours and late nights when Vani and Vishenka would spend time before the eye stayed fit, learning their lines for the dialogue. And I would chastise them and sit there with very stern eyes watching them. And the moment they entered the stage, the made-up lines would have everybody in stitches. They always seemed to entertain, never short on delivering with that. But ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, Vishenka joined Bharatanatyam when she was around 7. And as I watched her at Seema's prestigious Natyam school, I realized that this young woman was turning into someone who was extremely determined, extremely hardworking, and dedicated. Even if she could not put forth her best, she would stop right there and then and say, "Roxima, I can't do this. I'm not getting it right." And she would sit in a corner for a few minutes, and then there would be this spark in her eye. And she would come back with this gusto and energy. And she would say, "I can do this now, Roxima, and I'm going to do it." And you know what? That is what you've seen on stage today. That determination, that hard work, that perseverance, that is who Vishenka is. I really salute Vishenka's parents, because it is not easy to grow up children in this day and age to be as cultured and as humble and as endearing as Vishenka is. That clap is not for me, it's for mom and dad. We take our hats off to you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, in Tamil, there is a phrase, "Kalayam, Kalviyam, தாய் கலைவாணியால் கொடுக்கப்பட்டு உள்ளது. அதை நான் எப்படி பயன்படுத்துகிறோம் என்று தான் முக்கியம். ஏனால் கல்வி கடவுளுக்கே அஞ்சலி செலுத்துறது." Translated, arts and skills are given to us by Mother Kalaivani. The way we utilize that is to pay obeisance to God. And that is what Bharatanatyam is all about. That is what singing is all about. I do not need to tell you the other face of Vishenka. That is our nightingale, Shreya Ghoshal. She has everybody in tears with her lilting musical voice. But God has been so kind and so gracious to have blessed her with these two beautiful art forms, that she has not only regaled you today and wowed you with her beauty, her poise, and her elegance. She has indeed today made Mother Saraswati herself extremely proud. So to Vishenka, I'd like to say, I am so proud of you and the dynamic young woman you have become. Continue on this journey and make every moment, every move, every word you sing turn to gold. Because God has given you this art form. Never let it go, because that is your connection to the divine. Today is a day where you have entered a class of your own. It is not a culmination of a journey, but a beginning into another journey, one of spirituality and one of your connection with God. Stay blessed, stay humble, and know that we are extremely proud of you and we love you. I thank you. Nikkananchu.
Thank you very much, Roxanne, for those kind words. I'd like to call upon Guru Seema and Vishenka onto stage for the certificate handing.
Namaste and Vanakkam, everybody. Today I'm indeed proud of Vishenka. She actually finished the course with me coming out of lockdown in 2021. And then last year came to me to say that she wanted to do her Arangetram, which obviously pleased me a lot. She's worked really hard over the last 9 months. And I'm really, really proud of her and what she's achieved. She danced beautifully today. Just one thing I'd like to say that an Arangetram it does something. Learning dance is one thing, but when you start to prepare for an Arangetram, it actually changes something within yourself. And each of you who have had the Arangetram this year would actually know what I'm talking about. It changes you in a way that I cannot explain. So what I'd like to say to all of the girls, Vishanka, Priyanka, Rishali, Preetal, Kashmira, Samiksha, Juhi, Kiara, keep dancing. It's dance is not for show. Like Uncle Raj was speaking in his speech, it really changes you from inside of yourself. So keep growing, keep learning, keep becoming a dancer. And this is truly the beginning of your journey as a dancer, really. And I have to thank all of you for teaching me, for humbling me. For actually, by teaching you, I have actually learned. I've grown as a teacher, as a performer. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you, Vishanka. And I am truly proud of you today. And you did a beautiful job. I'd just like to give her certificate. So the certificate says, Nritya Rupam Academy of Dance awards Vishanka Kistinasamy a certificate of achievement for successfully completing her Bharatanatyam Arangetram. Dharmyam ya shasyam ayushyam, hitam buddhi vivardhanam, lokapadesha jananam, natyam irita bhavishyati, natata gnanam, natata shilpam, nasa vidya nasa kala, naso yoga, natata karma, natya asmin yanma drishyate. Duty, fame, long life, prosperity, growth of intelligence, worldly wisdom, this science of dance will stay. There is no other knowledge, no other sculpture, no other learning, no other art, not even yoga or action that is not found in dance.
Yes, thank you very much, Guru Seema. So Vishank has written a lovely speech here that I'm going to be reading on her behalf. Ever since I started Bharatanatyam, it has enriched my life in such profound ways. It touches my soul and connects me to the divine. My journey in Bharatanatyam has taught me important values like discipline, perseverance, commitment, and has encouraged my personal growth. At moments when I doubted my abilities, Bharatanatyam empowered me to push through those limitations. It is only through Bharatanatyam that I have gained the confidence to express myself through speech, drama, music, and dance. Bharatanatyam goes beyond merely being a dance style. It embodies a form of yoga that unites the body and the mind. It aids me in comprehending my body and its potential. During moments, it acts as a refuge from stress, where I discover comfort in its motions and rhythmic patterns. Sometimes, all I need is to lose myself in dance and immerse myself in its aura. Bharatanatyam plays a vital role in enhancing our culture, and what I love about this art form is that it allows me to contribute to the richness and vibrancy of our beautiful cultural heritage. Through Bharatanatyam, I have learned to appreciate music on a deeper level, and in turn, music enhances my dance experience. Together, these art forms create a holistic and immersive artistic journey for me. Bharatanatyam will always hold a special place in my heart as I continue to grow and advance on my journey. As Seema Ben wisely indicated, this is merely the beginning of my path as a dancer, a journey filled with endless possibilities and opportunities for growth. Today, I owe everything to my parents, my Guru Seema Ben, and God. I am deeply blessed and filled with gratitude. Seema Ben, I credit all my Bharatanatyam knowledge to you. Your passion for dance always inspires me. There is no doubt about the quality of your skills and techniques in the field of dance, as well as the emotions you convey through dance. You are incredibly talented. I not only see you as my mentor, but also as an exceptional person. Your commitment to this art form is truly remarkable. Seema Ben, you have been more than a dance guru to me. You are someone I trust and I turn to for guidance in every aspect of my life. Having you in my life is a blessing. Your support and motivation mean everything to me. I appreciate all your effort and commitment that has brought me to this point. As I begin to reflect on my Bharatanatyam journey, memories of our shared moments bring joy to my heart. Here's to many more moments of fun rehearsals and unforgettable memories with you, Seema Ben. Thank you for all that I have achieved thus far with immense love. And now a brief message to her parents. Words cannot express the depth of gratitude to both of you. My heartfelt thanks to God for giving me parents like you. Throughout every stage of life and every event, be it school or extracurricular activities, you have stood by me at all times. And today, all I can give you are my achievement. Your commitment to my journey in Bharatanatyam from the day I was enrolled for Bharatanatyam classes, through all my Arangetram rehearsals, until today, the day I perform, has been divine. My mom and dad, you both have made a great deal of sacrifices to support me. Words cannot express my deep gratitude for your dedication, hard work, and love. I pray that God's blessings be showered upon both of you. I love you both. Mum, you are my superhero. Thank you for your tireless dedication, your sacrifices, and unwavering support in me. Nothing would be possible without your love, guidance, encouragement, and support. To all my family and friends, your love and continuous support is definitely heartfelt. Each one of you sitting here today has a special place in my heart. Thank you.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ari Om Druvande Raja Varano Druvandevo Bragaspati Druvandehim Indraschagnischa Rashram Tarayadam Dhruvam. Om Guru Brahmaham Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Mageswaraham Guru Sakshat Parabrahmaham Tasmai Shri Guruve Namo Namah. Guruve Sarvaloganam Vishaje Pavaroginam Nidaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshinamurtaye Namo Namah. Sada Siva Samarambam Shankara Sivacharya Madhyamam Ashmadacharya Paryandam Vandehe Guru Parambaram. Om Adyanam Purvoktaya Evam Gunam Sakala Gragha Guna Visheshana Vajistayam Asyaham Shubhadidoho Vishenganam Jnanaham Srihi Vajaswaha Samayushya Sri Vajaswaha Samayushya Samarogyamavidha Shobham Manam Magiyadhem Tanyam Danam Pasum Bahuputralabham Sarasam Vatsaram Dirkamayuhu Dirgayushamastu Ayushmahan Bhavadhu Ayurdehi Dhanam Dehi Vidyam Dehi Mageshwari Samasta Mahilam Dehi Dehi Me Parameshwari Saraswati Namastubhyam Varadeva Gamaruprinim Vidyarambam Karishami Siddhi Buddhehi Pavadu Me Sada Ayushmahan Bhavade